Hi everybody, this is Dave Powers here in Leander. I'm in the Crystal Falls subdivision. It's not a small area, it's pretty large. In the southern part of Leander, near Leander High School. If you're interested in knowing more about that, this is not the video, but let me know and I'll be happy to explain it and talk to you about that lovely area. But just wanted to make this video here in this gorgeous kitchen. I can't get over how nice they did this. Anyways, the reason why I'm making the video is because I had a party come in here asking me the differences, and this has nothing to do with Leander or kitchen remodels. They wanted to know what's the difference between condominiums that look very much like a house and a house. And when I'm asked that question, the first thing I do is I immediately begin to parse that question into two different categories. First of all, there's the type of structure you're buying. You know, when you think of a house, you think of you have a lot and then you have a home on there, and then one family lives in that home. That's considered a single family home. And when you think condominium, especially in the Austin area, you're thinking more like a townhome perhaps, whether it maybe has shared walls with the units next door, or maybe there's like a little bit of a space. Usually not as big of a lot. Usually, and that's what people think of when they think of condominium. But the word condominium is actually a form of ownership of the property, and in theory, a home that I first described, which is a lot with like a ranch style home, that could also be a condominium. It's the way you own the property. It's the legal structure. That's what gets a little confusing when you're talking about condominiums versus single family homes. But honestly, you can have a single family home that is a condominium. Not too common, but it actually really is. It is a thing here too. So the better way to look at it is okay, what's the ownership and what is the style or the type of structure? And those are the two things you want to kind of break it out into two different things. So for instance, the home I'm in right now is a single family home, and the ownership is considered fee simple. Fee simple means you own the land, you own all the improvements on top of that land, which is the building, the fixtures, pretty much everything on it. That's yours. And it is your responsibility as well. I'll get to that in a second. The other side, the other kind of ownership, and there's other kinds of ownership, by the way. It's not just fee simple, but the vast majority are. Then there's a condominium ownership. And what does that mean? Does that mean I get to own it too? Yes. No. Yes, you own the inside air, the area inside the condominium, and you're responsible for the things inside, usually. The outside is managed by the HOA or the association of that subdivision or of that complex. So it's not your responsibility to fix that thing on the outside of the building, but it is indirectly or sometimes directly your responsibility to communicate and work with the association on getting those things those fixed. So what does this mean? I own the air inside or the inside of a condominium. Well, that's exactly what it is. It can be an apartment, it can be a townhome, which is the vast majority of condominiums in this area. Or it could even be a freestanding structure where it has no shared walls with any other units, but it is in a subdivision that is managed by an HOA that maintains all of that. And you're going to pay something monthly or bi-monthly, semi-annually, annually, whatever it is. This is not to be more confusing here, but a lot of single-family homes where you own the home outright, it is a fee simple ownership. It can also be in an HOA, and homeowners association, where you're going to pay something monthly as well, and the homeowners association will take care of some things. But some of them, and they're all kind of very different, just like condominium HOAs. There's all kinds, they run all differently depending on who's involved and how it's structured. Sometimes they're very strict, sometimes they're not. You can kind of tell sometimes when you get there, and you can see all kinds of different kind of properties. You can see how strict they are, and wanting uniformity or just upkeep, requirements of upkeep. Some are more punitive. Others are more about building the community, like planning events and things like that. So, all right, so we went down a little path of HOAs, but the main purpose of this video was to talk about when I'm looking at condos, what does that mean? And when I'm looking at single-family homes, what does that mean? There's so many more details to it, but this is the high-level things you want to be thinking about, which is how it's owned, what are my responsibilities when I do own one of them, and then the other thing to understand is when you are buying them, it's a different level of appreciation because of the demand. The demand is generally higher for single-family homes with fee simple ownership of single-family homes because you own everything, including the land underneath. Maybe not the mineral rights. Probably not the mineral rights. That's a whole different rabbit hole we can go down, but I won't talk about that right now. That's really not not a lot of people are asking about that. It's kind of a curiosity question usually, and usually don't have rights, mineral rights. The folks that own this long before this was these homes were developed, they most likely kept those mineral rights. Maybe not. But you can, when you do purchase a home, you will want to know these things, and that kind of information will be available at that point in time. Anyways, getting back to the condo's ownership. So you've got your responsibilities, like I said, you've got the way it is owned, and then the level of appreciation is different. What does appreciation mean? Does that mean like how much I love the home or how much people love the home? Kind of. It just means how much does the home value go up. The opposite is depreciation, where the home value would go down. And that happens when cities don't grow. Depreciation happens. Economy all goes down, like even for a nation, for the whole nation. So that can be depreciation. Austin, Texas, for a long time, many decades, generally appreciation. In fact, pretty much the whole country. But appreciation is so buy the home and it's worth more later. That's basically what it is in one sentence. So condos, their rate of appreciation is lower or slower. Yeah. Anyways, I think this video was supposed to be short and sweet, so I can go on about this. Let me know what you think. What do you think about my delivery? What do you think about the background? Am I talking too fast? I can go a lot slower. I'd love to hear your feedback. And if you think anybody might find this interesting, the point is that you get to learn some information and you get to meet me and hear how I communicate. And if you like me, give me a call. This is the point, so we can meet, interview each other, see if we have a cohesion that we could maybe help each other. That's all. Hey, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Take care.